In this video, we'll talk about some of the basic referencing techniques. This video, going to talk about the references that we call in text. So you have this document on Moodle and QQ about how to do the Harvard referencing. And if you look at page 9, it starts with how to do the in-text referencing. So I'm going to make one video about how we do the in-text referencing for the paraphrase, and then another one about quoting. But what I want to just show you at the beginning is to remind you what this means. So paraphrase and quote. Quote is when I take the words, say I found here, I take the words from an author, and I want to put them in my essay as they are. And so that's when I need to put these quotation marks here. Okay, and then I need to put the information, the reference, which we'll talk about later. Paraphrase is when I write my own words to describe the author's ideas. Etc. So when I write my own words to describe the author's ideas, I don't need this. You don't need it. But you still need the brackets with the reference. I talked to some students and they were putting quote marks on the paraphrase because they were scared about plagiarism. But this is wrong. If you write the author's ideas in your words, we don't use quote. We just write it like a normal sentence, but we still have that. Okay? If we quote, that means we take the author's words exactly, and we must use the quote mark and the reference. Okay? So the first video we're going to talk about paraphrasing. And we can use this essay to talk about it. In this document, you will see there's different ways. There's direct and indirect. So direct is this here. This is an example of direct. And you don't, anyway. So direct means I put the author's name into the essay. Kanvasanui outlines 3 key principles. So I put their name in there, and then in brackets, I put the year and the page number. Okay, I put the year, ... space, page number. This document will tell you you don't need to put page number for paraphrase, but it is better if you do. So sometimes you might see it like that, but it's better to include the page number. So that's what we call direct. That one there. Indirect, put this back up here. Indirect is like this one. This is when I paraphrase what the author says, but I don't put their name into the sentence. I put their name in the brackets. So here I have the author, the year, and the page number. This is called indirect. And this time, it's not just one page number, but this information came from across these pages. So from 122 to 124. You don't need to worry too much about what does direct and indirect mean. You just need to think, if I don't put the author's name into the sentence, then I put it into the reference. This part here is called the reference. Now, if this came from a journal article that I gave you on Moodle, so the ones that I gave you on Moodle are mainly called journal articles, or if it came from a book, or if it came from a website where it was written by this person, it's always the same. If you know the author's family name, their family name, the year, and the page number. And we'll come back to talk about websites more soon. If there were two authors, you can just write it like that. Morales and Jones. Or if you put it, let's go back to this example. If it was like that, so two people wrote the essay, you could write it like that. Both of them are the family names. So here we have a direct paraphrase. So this is me writing what the author said in my own words. So I don't need quote marks. This is an example of a quote. We'll come back and talk about that in the next video. Okay, here is an example of a paraphrase, and here I have two of them, different authors, different essays, and what I'm saying is that both of these people are saying these points. So you've got the first one, and you've got the second one. Actually, there I am missing the page number, aren't I? So I would have to put the page number in, and then go like that, and then like that, and put the page number in. Now this one here comes from a website. So let me show you about the website. So this one here comes from a website, but I know the name of the author. So what we can do with a website is we put the author's family name in, the year, that should be like that, and then the paragraph number. So here, if the information is coming from that paragraph, I could put 1, 2, 3, para 4. In this case, it comes from 6. What if it was paragraph 4 to 6? That would mean it's coming from information from here. Okay. If you don't know which paragraph it came from, it is okay to just go like that. And if you, this part here is not 100% compulsory, but it's better to put it in. If it's coming from a website, if your paraphrase is coming from a website, but the website doesn't have an author name, then you can put the name of the website. So the name of the organization. So if the website article or information does not have an author's name, then you can put the name of the website organization. Okay, now we'll go on to talk about, I'll do this in the same video, we'll go on to talk about the quoting. So that's on page 14. So quoting is when we, like I said before, quoting is when we take the author's words and we don't change them. So in my essay, I've got some examples of that. So here, the author is Clemens, and then I put the author's name in the writing, in the sentence, and then I've got the brackets for the year and the page number,